Oh, dadgummit, I'm gonna have to make a playlist apparently. I wanted to make it one continuous video, but apparently I just hit a button on accident. So here's our pan here, and like I said, there's no real measurements here, just about however much you think. Some lemon juice, a little bit of oh, that was lime juice, a little bit of lemon juice. Right, some of this, what is it, sweetened chili sauce? This is good stuff here. I don't know, liberal amount, however much you think you might want in there. And since this is a little bit bigger batch than normal that I do, yeah, I add a little bit more. Okay, so where'd my spoon go? Oh, here we go. Oops, yeah, it won't fit in there. We'll get this one here. We want some minced garlic. I don't know, this stuff's good too, so a couple, 3 tablespoons, yeah, sure, why not? Sounds about right. Okay. Okay, I don't know how much salt, so we'll just put a little bit in there. I don't like to over salt stuff. Usually you put chips and stuff in there too, right? So some black pepper. Ooh, hope I didn't overdo it there. That's the beauty of not measuring. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay, so some basil leaves. Yeah, why not? And then some ground chili powder.
What are you doing?
Making salsa. So put that chili powder in there. And oh yeah, some honey. Don't ask me why, but I kind of like honey in there. So I do some honey in here, and then guess what? I put some honey, you can see over here. Yes, remember where I put a, there we go. Where we put our tomatillos after we blended them, we put them over there in that pot thing, and then I just put honey in there. So here's our blend. We got the lime juice, lemon juice, sweet chili sauce, salt, pepper, ground chili, basil, and the minced garlic, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and throw our other ingredients on in there, right? Our heat, this is the heat source for the salsa. Like say there's the jalapenos, kept the seed in. Here comes the red onion. I love red onion, as you can probably tell. Okie dokie. So, there's all that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to, I don't know, about 6. So we're going to go ahead and let this cook down, right? Mix it all together. Sounds like one of my daughters is hacking up a lung in the background. That's beautiful. If it looks like it's going to be too thick, you could always add more lime juice. And I just try and eyeball it, you know. It looks like it's going to be good. So, I'm just going to let this cook down. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff back. And I'm going to take our Roma tomatoes. So I'm going to cut them into parts. I'm going to do about 12 of them, probably. And I'm going to blend them, cut them up and blend them. And I'll put them in there for the sauce type. And then I'm going to dice up the rest for kind of a, what do you call that? Pico de gallo type of salsa. So while this is cooking, while I'm cutting up the tomatoes, I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause because you probably don't need to see all that. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So this is still simmering here. And I chopped up some tomatoes, as you can see here in our blender. So I got about a full blender full, just like I did of tomatillos when I did the tomatillos, right? So I'm letting this cook down some more. As I said, this is like our heat source for the salsa. So as that continues to cook down, we'll blend up these tomatoes. focusing to get down there. So we want to blend that up pretty nice like that. And we'll toss this in our bowl of stuff over here. So now we got our tomatillo juice and our tomato juice and our chopped up onions. And now I like to cut these up. I have to cut the ends off so people don't eat those, because I'm like pico de gallo. These ones here, kind of, whatever that means. Probably chopped up in Spanish or something, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's not just a runny salsa. I like it to have some chunks in there. So I cut the ends off here. People don't really need to be eating those. And throw those away. So I'm going to demonstrate just how I'm going to cut this up real quick, and then about like that, size wise, I guess. Not the greatest professional chef guy here in the world cutting stuff. Just as long as I don't cut myself, I'm pretty happy. So I basically get them like that, and I do that. I toss the end into the blender. It's just harder to cut. And then I just like to cut it like, I don't know, just about like that. There we go. Just cut up a little bunch like that. And just do that pretty quick. So it's about the size of the red onion, approximately, right? There we go. So I'm just going to repeat this process till these are all done. So I'm going to put you on pause, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we diced up our tomatoes. Go ahead and put them in the bowl. Alrighty. So just making good there. Okay. Now our stuff over here is cooked down, looking pretty great. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add this into here, right? Okie dokie. So all that yumminess has been simmering together, combining all the flavors with the heat, all that yumminess. So we're going to try and scrape as much as we can into here. Alright, and once again I said the purpose of that was for our heat source, right? Okay, so hot, sweet. Whew, it's got a kick to it. So really good flavor, a little bit hot. Anyway, I'm gonna blend this up. Yeah, let's do a little bit more. Make sure we get it all. Okie dokie. Now, we have that, which is nicely blended. We'll go ahead and pour our heat source into our lovely salsa. Okay. We don't want any of that to go to waste, so scrape it in there. That's some tasty stuff right there. Okie dokie. Once again, do a little taste there. Yummy. Pretty terrific. Okay. So what we got here. Let me show you what we got here. You can see the heat source, you can see the tomato, the reddish stuff there, you can see the tomatillo, then you got the diced tomatoes and the diced red onions. Okay? So last, definitely not least, you gotta have cilantro for your yummy salsa, right? So 2 bunches seems about the right amount. So what I'm gonna do is just wipe this off so it's not wet. Wash and dry this and then dice it up. So we'll be right back. So with this, I like to shake it out, try and get all the water out as much as I can there. And then pat it dry with some paper towels. Alright. And do the same with the other one. Shake it. Pat it dry with some paper towels. And then look and see through there if there's any ones that look like they need to be pulled out. They're wilted or whatever, or that guy doesn't look the greatest. And not too bad. Okay. So I'm gonna dice all this up and then we'll be back. So basically, you just keep chopping. I'm sure some people have a chopper, but I just keep chopping like this until I get it all chopped down. So just keep going over at different angles. Try not to get my fingers in there. Right, and try and go over it like this way. Then I'll go over it this way. Right, then I'll come at it at another angle. Okay, anyway, you get the gist of that. I'm gonna keep doing that. Okie dokie, everyone. We're back. Got our cilantro all nice and diced right here. Scrape it off into this here. And that's about that. So here we go. There's what it looks like. And yes. So get my spoon real quick. Hold on one moment. Alright, back with our spoon. Stir this up. Oh yeah. Then I'll bring you over here so you can see that. It's looking great. Yes. So it makes the cilantro all in there so it's even, and the heat and the tomatillo and the tomato and all that. And now this is warm right now because the tomatillos were heated and cooked and ground up, and then our heat source, all that other stuff was heated and then just ground up and poured in here. So it's warm right now. So I'm gonna go get a chip and see how this tastes. One moment. Well, I said I was gonna get a chip, but it's more like I'm gonna get a crumb because the kids got a hold of the bag and there's not much left. But you know, that's pretty tasty right there. You want some? Okay. Here. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a good one. There you go, little one. The little one wanted some salsa on her chip as well. Is that yummy? You like the flavor? There she goes. Cute little baby. Okay. Is it a little bit spicy? Not too spicy though, is it?
Milk.
You want some milk? Okay. Apparently it's a little bit spicy for the little one. We'll get her some milk. Okay. Got the little one some milk. I don't think it's that hot. And I like stuff decently hot, but where I can still just gorge myself on salsa without paying the price, either now or later. That's a good one. So, that is how you make a really decent, in my opinion, bowl of salsa. You can tweak ingredients, the amounts as you want to taste, heat, sweetness, saltiness, whatever. But that's kind of how I like it. So anyway, that's my secret recipe on my salsa. Hope you enjoy. Hope you can make some nice salsa yourself. I kind of did a lot of trial and error to get here, and I think I have a decent recipe. So thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, and enjoy. Make some salsa yourself. And it's kind of fun. So have a great day, people. Okay, bye-bye.